Hey everyone, get ready because I have a super fun story for you today. It's called The Adventure Grandpa's Picnic. Oh yeah, this story has it all. We've got two awesome grandpas, a boat that's a little wobbly, a whole bunch of cheeky monkeys, and wait for it, the best treasure ever. So, are you ready? Let's meet our heroes. Okay, so here they are, Raghu and Gopal. You see, way back when, these two were the biggest adventurers around. They were always borrowing bicycles and, yep, falling into ponds. But now, well, now they're grandpas, and they mostly just sit around talking about the good old days. They would laugh and laugh, remembering all their crazy stories. Like Raghu would say, the ducks chased us for a week after that. Can you even imagine that? Being chased by a flock of super angry ducks? That must have been hilarious. But you know who was listening to all these stories? Raghu's granddaughter, little Ria. And hearing about all that fun gave her a big idea. She thought, I don't want to just hear about adventures, I want to go on one. And you know what every great adventure needs? Snacks. Of course. So they packed the most amazing picnic basket ever. It was full of sweet, juicy mangoes, yummy parathas, crunchy samosas, and a giant pot of creamy kheer. They were totally ready for a picnic by the river. So the second they got to the river, what does Raghu see? A little wooden boat, and his eyes just lit up. He got that old adventurous twinkle back and said, "Come on, Gopal, one last boat ride just like the old days." But Gopal was not so sure about this. He looked at that creaky, wobbly boat and was like, "This boat looks like it's held together with chewing gum. No way." He was pretty nervous, and honestly, can you blame him? But you know who wasn't nervous? Ria. She was so excited she squealed, "I want a boat ride," and just hopped right in. And, well, once Ria was in, the grandpas had to go too. The adventure was officially starting. And as soon as they all got in, whoa, the boat started rocking like crazy. It went side to side, wobbling all over the place. They were all holding on super tight as this little boat did a little dance on the water. And then, with one giant wobble, splash! Oh no! Gopal's foot slipped, and half of their delicious, juicy mangoes fell right out of the basket and into the river. And what did Gopal yell? Did he yell, "Help me"? Nope. He yelled, "Save the mangoes!" Ha! You can tell what he was most worried about. Not falling in, but losing those yummy snacks. Okay, phew. They finally made it back to dry land and found this perfect shady spot under a big banyan tree for have their picnic. But just as they were getting everything out, swish, something flew through the trees. Uh-oh, it was a new kind of trouble. It was a whole group of mischievous monkeys, and they wanted the picnic. Things got so silly. One monkey grabbed a samosa and put it on its head like a crown. And another one, you won't believe this, snatched Grandpa Raghu's glasses and put them on. Well, Gopal thought this was just the funniest thing ever. He looked over at his friend and teased him, saying, "Oi, that monkey looks smarter than you, Raghu." Everyone was laughing. But Ria, she's a quick thinker. She saw the monkeys had the samosas, so she came up with a super clever plan. She took one of the mangoes they had left and threw it really, really far. And what did the monkeys do? They dropped the samosas and chased after the juicy mango. Hooray! Ria saved the snacks. So after all that monkey business, the grandpas started telling Ria about their favorite game they used to play when they were kids, a treasure hunt. And Ria's eyes got super wide. A real treasure hunt? She was so in. So they drew this really silly map right there in the sand and started their big hunt. They were climbing over rocks and sneaking through bushes, and all along the way they were shouting, "Beware of the dragon," and pretending to fight off giant monsters. And finally, they found it. A little hidden treasure box. Ooh, what do you think was inside? Could it be gold coins? Shiny jewels? Maybe a magic wand? Are you ready? The treasure was jalebis! Warm, sweet, sticky, swirly jalebis. It turns out Ria had hidden them there the whole time as a surprise for her amazing grandpas. Oh, Gopal was so happy he yelled, "Best treasure ever!" And he started eating them so fast that he got sticky syrup all over his big white beard. It was so funny, everyone just burst out laughing.
As the sun started going down, everyone was tired, but in that really good, happy way. And Gopal turned to his best friend and said something really nice. He said, Raghu, I thought my adventure days were over, but today, I felt young again.
And Raghu just smiled. He knew the secret. He said, adventure doesn't end, my friend. As long as we have laughter, food, and maybe a few monkeys, it continues. What a great thing to say, right?
And that's what they became. Not just Grandpas Raghu and Gopal. No, they were the adventure grandpas. Because they figured out that adventure doesn't have an age limit. All you need is some laughter, some yummy food, and yeah, maybe a few monkeys.
So, what do you think? It sounds like adventures can happen whenever and wherever you are, right? So, now I have a question for you. What's the next adventure you want to go on? Think about it. Thanks so much for listening to our story today.